In section 11.6, we're going to talk about surface area and volume for a sphere. They're both fairly easy to calculate, very little calculations. Actually, you're more just plugging in your calculator once you know the radius of the sphere, and the rest is all formula-based. So the surface area for a sphere is 4 times the product of pi and the square of the radius of the sphere. So we've got our surface area formula here. So the surface area being all the area of the outside of the shape, doesn't include the inside. So here we have a sphere, a little hard to see, but they tell us the diameter is 50. So that means the radius is actually just 25. So we set up our volume formula, or sorry, not volume, surface area in this case, sorry. Surface area is 4 times pi times our radius squared. And in this case, our surface area is equal to 2,500 pi centimeters squared. And so surface area is squared units as well. Question 2, we've got a diameter of 6, so that means the radius is just 3. So once again, surface area is 4 times pi times your radius squared. So in this case, the surface area is 36 pi centimeters squared. And then question 3, very similarly, they give you the radius this time. So surface area is 4 times pi times your radius squared. So the surface area here, 100 pi centimeters squared. Here they want us to use the given circumference to find the surface area of the sphere and round to the nearest whole number. So a melon has a circumference of 18 centimeters, or 18 inches, sorry, 18 inches. All right, so 18 inches, so circumference, remember, is equal to 2 pi times the radius. Circumference we know is, in this case, is 18, so equals 2 pi r. We're trying to solve for the radius so we can find the surface area. So by doing this, we'll divide both sides by 2 pi, and we're going to get the radius in this case is 2.86. Now that we know that, we can find the surface area, because surface area in this case is equal to 4 pi times 2.86 squared. So in this case, our surface area is equal to, well, when you multiply it out with pi, you get right around 1.279 inches squared, which we're going to go ahead and round up to 103 inches squared. Question 5, same idea. They tell you the circumference is 25. So we've got 25 equals 2 pi r. We'll divide both sides by 2 pi, and you get that your radius is 3.98. And so we plug this into the surface area formula. So surface area is 4 times pi times 3.98 squared. So the surface area in this case, right around 199.06. In this case, we'll round down to just 199 inches squared. Volume of a sphere is equal to 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. So keep this formula in mind as you look for the volume of a sphere. So in question 1, they give you a diameter, so we're just going to use a radius. So we cut the diameter in half. Our radius is 12. We then set up our volume formula, 4/3 pi times 12 cubed. We'll go ahead and multiply this out, and we get to the volume of this sphere, 2,304 pi inches cubed. Question 2, if the diameter is 48, we know the radius is just 24. So we've got volume equals 4/3 pi times 24 cubed. So our volume in this case, 18,432 pi centimeters cubed. Question 3, they give you a diameter of 3, so you want your radius, so that'd be 1.5. So volume equals 4/3 times pi times 1.5 cubed. So in this case, when you multiply all that out, you get 4.5 pi yards cubed. For the last part of this, they want us to find the surface area to the nearest whole number, but they've given us the volume first. So what this means is we have to work backwards. So the volume of the sphere, in this case, is 5,000 meters cubed. So we're going to set that 5,000 meters cubed equal to the volume formula for a sphere. Then we have to start undoing these pieces. We'll first go ahead and get rid of the 4/3 and the pi. So we'll essentially divide by 4/3 pi. And you've got 1,193.66 equals your radius cubed. At this point, you want to take the cube root of both sides, and you're going to get that the radius in this case is actually equal to 10.61. So that's our radius. Knowing the radius, we can now plug this into the surface area formula, which is 4 times pi times 10.61 squared. So in this case, the surface area is equal to 1,414.6, or if we're going to go and round to the nearest whole number, 1,415 meters squared. Question 5 does the same thing. They give us the volume, so we'll take the 4,200 and set equal to the volume formula. We'll get rid of the 4/3 pi first by dividing it, which gives us 1,002.68 is equal to our radius cubed. We'll take the cube root of both sides of the equation. We get that the radius in this case is 10.01. Now that we know our radius, we're going to plug this into the surface area formula. So 4 times pi times 10.01 squared. So in this case, our surface area comes out to be right around 1,259.15. But if we're rounding to the nearest whole number, 1,259 feet squared is where we'll round it off to.